Hey, you guys, it's Cindy. Happy Sunday. Hope you're having a really amazing day. And I'm sorry I was a little bit late. I will tell you guys why I'm late. I had a little emergency call with a client of mine, and she needed some extra support, and I was loving her through it, and it was just really beautiful. So I get to do that, and I feel really blessed that I get to do that. And the call, our process took a little longer than I had expected. I all of a sudden looked down and I was like, oh my goodness, you guys. So I don't, if you are on, please feel free to send a thumbs up, send a heart, send anything. And please feel free to post questions if you have them. And part of, what I'm discussing today, and you may have seen the email this morning, that, is love always hard for you? And what does that mean? Okay, so couple things there. So I was talking this morning to our nanny, and she's absolutely beautiful and lovely. And I had a feeling that, so I'll give you just a little tiny bit of background about her, and I know she doesn't mind that I'm sharing this. She's a graduate student, and she's here studying from Brazil. And she's gorgeous, and she's just got a really loving sweetheart. And she had been through a relationship where she was engaged, and her fiance had repeatedly, unfortunately, cheated on her, which I don't know if you guys have been there, but it really had caused her to close up and stay safe and not open up her heart to real possibilities in love. And so fast forward to today, we were chatting, and I just heard something different in her voice, and I said, so what else is going on? And she said, well, I'm dating someone. And I said, uh-huh. I had a feeling. And she said, so I'm worried. And I said, okay, what's going on? She goes, well, I don't know if it's different here in America, but in Brazil, when you start dating someone, you spend a lot of time with them. A whole ton of time, like all of your time with them that you can. And many of you guys have been in a situation where you've done that, right? And then the other side to it is, she said, okay, so we're spending time together. We get together on the weekends and blah, da, 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 da. And she said, and I find myself thinking about him all the time, and I want to text him, and I want to, do all these things. And I said, stop. So those are those triggers, right, that come up. And I said, so I asked her, I said, what's coming up for you around that? And she got a little quiet, and I said, is it that you feel like if you don't reach out to him, he'll forget about you? Or he'll move on to another girl? Or maybe you're not pretty enough, or smart enough, or good enough? And she said, yeah, all those things come up. She's like, how did you know? I just a guess. So what that can create, right, is that feeling of, it brings up those triggers even more. And so she said, I almost feel like I can't even control myself. Who's been there? Like, I can't help but want to reach out to him. And I said, so this is what we've got to do. You've got to look at the fact that he is reaching out to you, He's interested. He's digging your chili. He's loving to get to know you. And a healthy pattern is actually taking your time to do that. And then I go into the other questions, like, you're not getting intimate with him, are you? And she said, no, I'm not. And she said, that's one thing I said that, I don't do unless I'm in a committed relationship. And I was like, oh, bless you. Maybe I have taught something. And then I said, one of the things that would be really smart for you right now is to start spending time with some other guys, dating, getting to know them, and looking at them as potentials, as new friends. The reason why is that it will help keep you distracted from the one that you really like. And she goes into, no, I can't do that, Cindy. When I like a guy, I want to just focus on him. I said, I completely understand. And that's exactly the reason why. Even though it feels like you don't want to do it, it's the exact reason why to step through and do it. Because it can change the trajectory of your patterns in this area. So if you guys, if you're just joining, hi, Cindy Olin, and I'm here talking about love and how love can be hard, right? Or is it always hard for you? Do you feel like, why is it so easy for some women or men to find a loving relationship? Hi, Susan. And, and it's really easy to also shrink into what we're comfortable with, right? Which is, frankly, settling for less. There are a lot of people out there that just settle for bare bones minimum. Not your dream job, not standing for oneself. And, when I was talking to my client today, because it keeps you safe. That's what the ego does. So Susan just mentioned it's comfortable to settle for less. Yeah, it is, because it keeps you safe. It keeps you in a familiar place. And it's so easy to break through this glass ceiling, you guys. And it takes committing to it, rolling up your sleeves, right? Becoming a student of love. Getting guidance around your blind spots. Do you guys know that I have coaches for areas that I struggle in? I do. I have more than one. And I thank God I do. Because if I didn't, then I wouldn't move forward and become better, right? And therefore, I can hold a bigger container for you guys and make a bigger difference. And maybe I sound a little like Tony Robbins right now, but it's, I'm committed to big love. I'm committed to having the life of my dreams and big travel and everything in life. I'm committed to making a difference, a huge difference. And when I look at that outside of me, it's easier to see, gosh, what's happening in this moment, right? I may scrape my knees a lot, and believe me, you guys, I do. You can't see it all the time, but I do. And I get back up because I'm committed. And it's about progress, not perfection. So, yep. It's great that you're committed to finding the real deal. What are you willing to give up to do that? And everyone that's on here knows that, you know, there's something looming in this area of your life. Something that is interconnected to every area of your life. It's value, right? What are you doing differently? You know, Serica, do you mind if I say something about you for a minute? Are you on here? I thought I saw you. Let me know. I don't, well, at any rate, yep. So, Susan, that was insightful. You have to give up everything that's not in alignment with what you want. And what are you willing to do to get there? So, my gorgeous, little, beautiful, sweet client, Serica, she is stepping into Love University. And she's had, a little bit of a financial hiccup in her life due to some personal stuff, no big deal. And what I love about her is she's so committed to the solution. So we hopped on the phone the other day and we literally ironed out 3 different solutions that will bring her that abundance to fully step in. She's in, right? But to fully step in. And that was awesome. I was just so inspired by that. Because a lot of times we can stay in the problem and because it feels safe and warm and comfortable, you know, like a cozy blanket. And one of the things that I would recommend you guys or listen to if you haven't already is I did a special group training that my dear friend and client had spoke on. And it was around, you know, her love life, right? And it's really fitting to what I'm talking about. And she had been married. She had been in a 14-year marriage, which was completely disconnected. And I know many of you guys can hear me on that. Sorry, my 3-year-old's crying upstairs. And then she stepped into another relationship that she thought was actually, you know, seemed to be in alignment, but really, when she dug deeper, it was with Amy, yeah. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't, you know, and you know, he had said some things to her in the beginning. For example, he had said that his last girlfriend he had been with, he just stopped calling her when he realized it wasn't going to work. And so after about a year of having a relationship with my beautiful friend, he stopped calling. And he didn't pick up any of her calls. Imagine how horrible that felt. Not to mention, it was right around the holidays. I think the last time she heard from him was like right around Thanksgiving. And then she's done a lot of personal development. And so we started working together on getting clear with what it is she really wanted, what she has to bring to the table, and how she wants to feel in a relationship. So what was beautiful and amazing is that, you know, she was highly resistant at first. I said, I want you to get on a couple of dating apps. once we, iron this other stuff out. And get on Bumble, get on Tinder, and I want you to start swiping right. And she was like, oh, okay, I'll do it. And literally, I think the first day she was like, there's no cute guys, right? There's nobody on here. Nobody's on here that is worth my time. And then I said, keep swiping. And then next thing you know, all these gentlemen came up that seemed interesting. Anyways, I'll let you guys see the rest. But long story short, she met and this was a funky time, you guys. This was right around Christmas. So a lot of people are traveling. Like, it's just a weird time, right? So she met this really amazing guy a week before Christmas. They had their second date on Christmas. Oh, and it's more, they're still together. And she's never felt better in a relationship. And she's using the principles that I teach. And it's totally shifted everything and her energy, what she values. He's so crazy about her. And that's never been her experience or how she's felt. How many of you guys have felt that way? I know I have. I haven't felt valued at times. And that was part of what I was settling for, right? So you guys get to choose. You get to choose your dreams. And anyway, I hope this was helpful. And I just, it doesn't have to be hard. However, you can get guidance around your blind spots. And I'm happy to do that. You can, if you feel called to, schedule a free love call with me. It's free. And I will give you guidance around this area of your life for free. I'm really generous. And that in and of itself could give you clarity. So I will make sure I post below a link to my calendar. I have limited time, but I do know, just looking at my schedule today, I have some spots available on Friday. And most of my week, you guys, I'm booked. And so I may have a spot here and there, but I want to talk to you if, you're feeling stuck, you don't know what's happening in this area of your life, or you take 2 steps forward and then 3 steps back, right? And, Susan, I've rarely felt value, and I know my value. So there's a disconnect there too, Susan. So if you've rarely felt valued and you know your value, start doing things in your life that will attribute to your value, right? So Susan, for you, that would be studying for that credential and putting that on, putting that test on your books, making a goal. I can take that test by April 20th. What else? That in and of itself will help you own your confidence in a more powerful way. What about your garage sales? Do that. Do whatever it takes to get the guidance, right? And it doesn't have to stop here. Love University, we have open enrollment, and you guys will get an announcement about that next week. So, you guys can do whatever it is you want. You get to decide. and you get to decide, okay, I'm worth it. What do I want most? I don't know. I mean, I kind of think relationships are the most important area of our life, right? So you get to choose, okay? I am sending so much love to you guys. I will be on tomorrow. I don't know what time, but I will be. I will tell you guys later. Usually I like to try to do it around the 3:30 time slot. However, I'm thinking briefly it may be closer to 4. So sending lots and lots of love. I hope this was helpful. Comment below. Let me know what you thought. And let me know if you have any questions or need clarity around this, okay? So, love you guys. Mwah. Happy Sunday. Enjoy this beautiful, soulful day. You get to. Okay, bye.